Guys, welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be on your soulmate's love language. And it should be a fun one. We have 3 groups to choose from, and we have 3 crystals. So the first one is a dog. You could just look, it's super cute. I think it's a poodle, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. And then the second one is the pearl, which is so pretty. It's so sparkly. I don't know if it can... Yeah, you can see. It's so pretty. So for group 2, we have the pearl. And then for group 3, we have the duck. It's cute, very pretty. They're all really sparkly. I don't know if it comes through in the camera, but they're all super sparkly. So, this cute little duck. Oh, shoot. I'm like right-handed, and I was trying to use my left hand for that, and that didn't, you see that? Didn't work out too well. But anyway, so those are the 3 groups, and sorry, I just shook the camera. Those are the 3 groups, and the timestamps will be below, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, group 1. So you picked this cute little dog, and it really is so adorable, and it's so sparkly. I mean, I know you can see like the facets, but like in person, it's so like sparkly, like a diamond. Anyway, you picked dogs. I'm gonna put dog up here. I want you to still be able to see this cute little baby. Anyway, I have pre-shuffled and selected your oracle cards, and so we're gonna look at that first, and then we'll go over we'll do some tarot just for like, I don't know, any extra messages or clarification or whatever. So we're just going to jump right in. Alright, this is your soulmate's love language, and we'll see how compatible it is with yours. But we'll see how it comes up. That'll probably be with the tarot, but I mean, you'll know more than anyone, right? If it's compatible with you. Okay, so let's get in. So first card we have Slave. That is interesting. Okay. I'm going to get all your cards out, and then we'll go into interpreting them. So first is Slave, then we have the Offering. Okay. Then we have Communication. The Archer. So pretty. Okay. Okay, and then we have Pluto with Death. That is really interesting. Okay, so I can see a theme. I don't know why I do this. I always like put the cards all the way up there because I'm like preparing for the tarot. So I put it all the way up there, and it's like it's so much better if it's down, so you can actually see it better. Anyway, I can see a theme already with your soulmate, but they are a very, very, very devoted person, a devoted like to their loved ones, but we're talking about with you, so they'll be very, very devoted, almost to the point where they could lose themselves in you, in the relationship, in your needs over their own. They're very dedicated, you know. So with Slave, I'm going to read the light and shadow attributes. So the light shadow is surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. And then the shadow attribute is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Okay. It doesn't feel negative. I feel like they might have gone through things in their past where they would have given too much of themselves away or given themselves away to the wrong people. I definitely see them learning that lesson though, either before they meet you or when they meet you. So you could already know this person, and you'll know that obviously if you do, but if this is someone coming in, You may be used to people not giving you a lot, and that's probably why when this person comes in, they're almost like over givers. You may not be so used to that, because we see it again with the offering. I'm seeing that same like giving themselves to you. Like I said, they're very devoted. It's like they don't really care about their own needs too much. It's like all about you. Even with this card, the communication card, you can I think I just messed it up. Anyway, you can see here it says, I just see my love. I'm not really, I don't know what else the letter says because it's really difficult to read it. But either way, it's like their love is only for you, right? And obviously they're your soulmate, so you want to expect that, right? But but there's something about the way that they are, because even with the Archer, I see just like dead set focus on you. It's like nothing else exists. It's a very passionate and deep sort of love where they're sort of all encompassed by you and what you bring, what you want, what you need. It's just, it's very, I don't know how, it's not for everyone. I want to say that because it feels almost like there's a microscope on you. You know what I mean? And it's just, they're very attentive. And some people get pretty uncomfortable with that because it's very intense. But it's not a bad thing. It's very much for you, but I do see there being a little bit of an adjustment to it because I feel like your energy is just not used to that. It's not used to that kind of care and tending to. And I especially see that with Pluto because it's like you have to warm up to it. And I'm looking at the snakes like a transformation. It's like you have to shed your past relationships, both with, maybe romantic relationships, but also familial, like with your family. That kind of relationship too may have not been the healthiest dynamic. So I see you kind of shifting to be able to receive this type of attention because it is like dead set focus on you. This person, your soulmate, is just really just hyper focused on you, and they just want you to have everything. They want you to want for nothing, need for nothing. They want you to feel their love really like in a strong way. And so they're givers, if you didn't get that already. Right? Their love languages, they want to give, and they want you to feel that. And it's pretty straightforward. It's really interesting. It's because it's so to the point of like you are their love language. I'm sorry, I keep shaking the table. But just loving you and being there for you and whatever you need, whatever you want. So like I said, it could be easy for them to lose themselves in you. And if you want to maintain a healthy relationship, you want to make sure that's balanced. And so there may be an extra focus on making sure they get what they need to, because I see them disregarding their own needs completely. And that can create an imbalance in a relationship, just because it seems like it's working really great because that's what they want, and you need that, and there's nothing wrong with needing that at all. But when someone is just getting so much pleasure just from giving to someone else, they have to almost be reminded that they need to fill their own cup too. So that's something to keep in mind with this, with your person, with your soulmate. So I want to, since the oracle was so straightforward, I actually want to get into your tarot now. This is pretty quick. Like, I was expecting to go, because your soulmate is just like, it's really like a one-track mind. It's crazy. There's no like there's like nothing else. I wanted to like, sorry, there's so many things over here. I wanted to get like wanted to see if I would get more. I don't know. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I didn't expect it to be so straightforward. But yeah, it's just like all about you. I don't know if this person, before you meet them, if they've known you for a while, and maybe there wasn't like a lot of communication, because I feel like they've had their eye on you like for a bit before you get together, because by the time you do get together, it's just completely all about you. It's just, they just want to know everything about you, or everything that you need. They just really want to take care of you. That's the biggest thing. And I was thinking about like a nurturing kind of energy, and I'm not sure if it's exactly nurturing, but it's definitely like provider. Yeah, but it's to like the extreme, which is really cool. Because they really want you to want for nothing. Alright, let's get into the tarot. And we'll see what comes up, maybe how you take that. I don't know if that's something, like I said earlier, and I don't know why this is coming up. Maybe some of you are a little bit uncomfortable with receiving, because I am getting a little bit of like a having to get used to this. And I'm not getting like pushing away. It's more just like a, wow, this is kind of weird, but I like it, and okay, I can get used to this kind of thing. That's like a warming up, like you need to like warm up to it a little bit, because it's so like you're just not used to it. I don't think you've ever met anybody so willing to give so much of themselves to someone else. This may be a very foreign idea for you. Okay, so let's get into the tarot. And I'm sorry, I know this keeps shaking. It's because I'm doing this on my bed. And so every time I move, it's because there's a bit of an issue with my desk. So I'm gonna have to be mindful of my movements so I don't shake it too much. Alright, so let's get some cards. Do these two. That one. No. Get a lot of cards. Okay. So, first card we have up Six of Crystals, which would be the Six of Swords. Ten of Pentacles. I'm not surprised to see this card at all. The Ten of Stars, but it's the Ten of Pentacles in traditional. I'm not surprised at all. There's that like provider energy that I was talking about earlier. And we have the Seven of Cups, the Two of Stars, or the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Stars, and the Five of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Stars, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, I don't think it's gonna fit in my screen, so I'm just gonna put it up here, which I really like, because it actually goes with what your oracle cards are saying. There's that nurturing energy that I was talking about earlier. I wasn't sure if it was a nurturing or just a provider, but I see there it is a bit of a nurturing feeling, which makes sense if they're really devoted, and they really care so much about your needs. It makes sense that it would be of a nurturing. I know it's like, what's the difference between providing and nurturing? It's sort of like that masculine versus feminine way of taking care of you, where, you would expect your father or your father figure to provide, and you would expect your mother figure to nurture. So that's sort of the difference. And there does seem to feel like a more provider, so a more masculine type of giving, but there's definitely a nurturing there. Because you see with the Seven of Stars where she's watering her plant, and that's a very nurturing act, to water your plant, water yourself, and tend to yourself. When you tend to your plants, to your garden, that's a form of nurturing. So there's a tenderness here with your person. So they don't just care about like giving you, like, it's not just checking off boxes, right, on a list. This is about how you feel, how you're receiving, what you care about. With the Six of Swords, the Six of Crystals, which is also the Six of Swords, they really care about your healing and about your well-being. So I do want to say, I was saying this earlier, that I don't think you're used to this. I don't think you've experienced this a lot. And so they know that, and they want to help you learn how to receive, learn that it's okay. It's a very supportive nature to them, where they want you to be okay on every level, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. They want you to feel rooted, grounded and secure. They don't want you to have to worry about if something is going to fall through, or or mess up, or they don't want you to think that, because there's a sense of feeling like you may mess it up. Maybe I'm kind of getting this narrative of, in the past, you may have been told that you messed things up, or that you made a lot of mistakes. There may have been a person or multiple people who are very, very critical of you, just constantly criticizing you, and I feel like you may have grown up in an environment like that. And this person is very aware of that dynamic for you, where they really want to rewrite it. Not necessarily for you, which is really good. I really like that about your person's energy, because as much as they want to provide for you and care for you and give you everything you want, they don't want to do the healing for you. They want you to do the healing, because they know that's important. And that's a very, very beautiful energy, because with this type of vibe, it's so easy for a person to want to come in, swoop in, and just do everything for you. And that's not really helpful, because you have to heal yourself, with the supportive people around you, with supportive energies, and supportive experiences, of course, and environment. But ultimately, you have to do it for yourself. And this person recognizes that. Your soulmate definitely recognizes that, and just wants to help you do that. They don't want to do it for you. And that's a really beautiful thing. And I think that's something that you really appreciate, because it gives you a sense of strength and balance, which is getting further down the line here with the Two of Stars, which is the Two of Pentacles. This is you standing on your own and being able to balance your inner world and your outer world. This is you finding this sort of peace and harmony, like, throughout every part of your life. And they're helping you to find that. You may have felt unstable and alone, and like you couldn't do things. So I'm also seeing that here with the Five of Stars, which is the Five of Pentacles, where it's a very lonely energy. It's a very lonely experience. I think you've had a lot of lonely experiences in your life, where you really didn't feel supported, and you didn't feel loved, and you didn't feel like you were good enough. And this person is really so sweet. They just want to make you see how beautiful you are, and how amazing you are, and how you can have anything you want, because you deserve it. And not because you do anything, but just because of how they see you. They just see you as this really beautiful person who deserves the world, and they want to give you that. And here with the Seven of Cups, this really feels like anything is possible for you. And they really just want you to see that. They want you to see yourself first. They want you to see how worthy you are. And then they kind of want to turn that around to the world, you know what I mean? And really make you feel, or I don't know, I don't say make you feel, but just make you see that you can do anything, that your past doesn't define you, and your past experiences or relationships, they're not indicative of your future experiences or your future relationships. And it just certainly isn't a mark on who you are as a person. And so they really want to just show you that. It's really beautiful. And they definitely want to build a family with you with the 10 of stars. They want to build a life with you, a legacy with you. They really admire who you are as a person. And they want that for future generations. If you decide to have kids, if you want that, you can see that trickling down the family line. Both of your traits, it's like starting a new line. That's what it feels like. It feels like starting a new family tree, and you both are sort of at the head of that. Yeah, this person is very stable, like very well off. I think they would come from, well, I don't know if they would come from money, but I do feel like they have money, or they just have a really good setup for themselves. They're definitely hard workers, that's for sure. But yeah, it feels like they've put in a lot for themselves, and they've built quite a life for themselves. So it's like when they see you, you're kind of like that final piece for them in their family, like for what they want in their family life, or really for the family they want to build, I would say. I think that's more fitting. But this feels like a very healthy dynamic. And I think you would be actually very receptive to it. Maybe, again, at first, it's going to take some adjusting to. But I think you're going to see how good of a person your soulmate is. And that's what's going to make you soften. That's what's going to make you soften into how, like, this beautiful relationship. And it's going to make you blossom. And it's going to make you see yourself in ways you've never have before. It's going to be a really, really beautiful experience. So, I'm really happy for you. And I hope, this works out in the way that you want it to. And that's all I'm seeing for now. And I really hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And I really hope to see you in the next one. All right? Bye, guys. Hi, group 2. If you chose the pearl, then this is your reading. This is actually one of my favorite ones. It's so pretty. It really is. You can see, like, how pretty that is. It has like an angel aura on it. I don't know if you can see it. I think you can. You can kind of see it. So it's so pretty. I love that one. Alright, I'm going to put it all the way. I'm going to put it over here so you can still see it. And I have some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we will get into some tarot cards a little bit later to get some more information or some clarifying messages or whatever comes up. So let's get right into it. So this is your soulmate's love language, if you didn't hear before or see the title. This is your soulmate's love language. And alright, let's get right into it. So first card, we have Samaritan. Okay. No. I was saying this before, like, I keep putting the cards up there because I'm like preparing for the next cards, like the tarot, because I'm like, I'm going to put it down here. And then I'm like, for now, I can just put it down here so that you can see it better. Alright. This card, we have the Flame. Then you have Balance. And we have the Merchant. And then we have Waxing Crescent. Okay. You can see, like, my fingerprints. This is the thing about, like, dark cards. It's tough because, like, you can see your fingerprints on it. It always drives me crazy. Anyway, that's not important. Alright, so your soulmate's Love language, and I can see a theme here. Your person is a motivator. They're really big, probably big on words of affirmation. Yeah, they like to big you up a lot. With when I first saw Samaritan, I was thinking, oh wow, these are like really good people. Because you know, good Samaritans and all that. Mm. Because even the shadow attribute is like, it's a good thing. Like, so the light attribute says refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And then the shadow attribute is exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound too shadowy to me. So, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I'm misreading that. I don't know. That's a weird way to put that sentence. Okay, so I guess that would be like being a little bit of a show off. Yeah, okay, that's shadowy. All right, but I'm not getting that. I mean, obviously, this is your soulmate's love language, so I'm getting. This is interesting because it's similar to the last reading, but very different at the same time. Because I keep getting that they just like to. I'm sorry about that. If you can hear that background noise, it's like there was something going on there. But anyway, yeah, they're very much into showing, like, they're very supportive, like very, very supportive. And they'll do the things that, like, those little things that nobody wants to do, like those, like, labor. That's what I want to say. Like, I don't know. I keep seeing, I'm looking at this card here, and I'm seeing, like, a dancer. And I keep feeling like they'll do all the things that, like to help you be great. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, they'll clean up your studio, or they'll, like, provide all your lunches, or I don't know. I'm not coming up with good examples today. But sorry, I just breathed really loud into the mic. Sorry about that. But I just see them really wanting you to shine your light. They really, really, really admire you. Like, they look up to you. They like, sometimes I can feel it too. It's like they look at you like they can't believe you're real. Like, they're like in awe of you. This is it's like a great admiration. Like, they see your worth. This may be a bit dramatic, but they may even feel unworthy of you at times. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because they may even see you as, like, the good Samaritan, like, helping them. Because I just, it's really interesting though too, because we have balance here, which has the yin yang symbol, which is like a perfect match, right? So, and we have the merchant with the scale, so that's two cards of balance. But it's really interesting because I actually feel like they see you as a little bit like above them. They may feel like they have to prove their worth to you. And now that's not like saying anything about you. This is purely on how they see you. Because, okay, so, because I can see you countering that for them. I think you really see the good in them. I think you see how pure they are. And that's kind of why they see you in such a great light, is because of course you are that to them. But also I think they have a bit of trouble seeing themselves. And so they see you and you're just this beautiful, bright, like, flower to them that's so extremely rare, and they just want to live up to that. They want to match up to that. So I definitely see them being very supportive and really complimentary, you know. They just give you so many compliments, but not in an uncomfortable way. Like, I just keep feeling like such admiration. Like, there's such a like, wow, this person is real and they're mine. I can't believe it. They're very, very excited that you are their person. Which, of course, right, that's how it should be. They should be excited. But, yeah, and I'm seeing these apples, and it's matching her dress. It feels so alive, like, so much, like, juiciness and sweetness. I don't know if you are a dancer or not, or maybe you're just artistic, or maybe the way your mannerisms are, the way you move, it's enchanting. It's a very enchanting, sort of mystical vibe about you. That's very alluring. And your person is like, yeah, so proud of you. My God, your person is so proud of you. Just who you are. Like, it's a really, really beautiful. It's very, like, if you saw me right now, you would see me, like, I'm just, like, smiling so much because, like, I feel it. I feel that really excited energy. I don't know if you heard that, but I just got a notification that felt very much like confirmation. But hopefully you didn't, though, because you shouldn't. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But yeah, it's just a beautiful thing. You really stand out to your person. It's such a beautiful, beautiful vibe. But I do want to go deeper, so let's go into your tarot and see what comes through, because I just keep getting that same thing over and over again, that they just like really admire you. And I'm curious because I want to know a little bit more about the balancing, about, because what was coming through is that they don't really see themselves that much. So I want to know how, because the balance seems healthy, it seems good. So I'm curious to see I guess a little bit more about your person, because I'm seeing a lot about you, which is really interesting, because this is supposed to be like their love language, but they're so just like so in awe of you that it's kind of hard for me to pick up a lot on them. That's so interesting. Alright, so let's see what comes through. And I'm sorry about like the camera shaking. I'm doing this reading on my bed because I have some issues with my desk. So I had to kind of do this on my bed. So I'm trying to be mindful of my movements so that it doesn't shake too much. But I can only do so much to help that. So my apologies. Alright, so let's get some cards. Really hard to try not to shake the camera and shuffle. Just want to put that out there. It's not the easiest thing. Alright. Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll start there. I might pull more. I might not. I don't know. We'll see what comes through. Okay. So, yeah, first card we have the 8 of Stars, which is the 8 of Pentacles. I love these cards. They're so amazing. You know, I have the dark ones of these, and I was like, I don't need the light ones, but then I got them, and I'm like, yeah. They're really, really beautiful. Alright, so we have the 9 of Wands. Okay. Ooh, we have the Chariot reversed, which is interesting because I don't do reversals. So that's funny. Okay. How about that? I take them sometimes, especially if they're just randomly there and I'm not doing them. But I'm really like thrown off by that because I really, wow, okay. Another one, another reversal. All right. Well, that's the Ten of Swords. Well, the Ten of Crystals in this deck, but it's the Ten of Swords. Actually, I'm gonna take one more card. It's really weird. There's reversals in here. I didn't think I used reversals with this deck. Alright, I got one more card. And this is the Ace of Swords. Ace of Crystals. Okay. Oh, that's in the picture? Okay. Anyway, alright. Huh. Sorry, I'm a little thrown off. I'm like, where did these reversals come from? Okay. Again, I'm sorry. I keep like doing these deep breaths right into the camera. I apologize. Okay. Your person is hard to read, I'm not gonna lie. It is a little tough to reach your person's energy. So I'm gonna take a minute to just kind of sit with this. Okay. So yeah, so I was saying earlier, your person is very supportive, but it's more than that too. It's like they wanna. It's almost like I'm getting almost like a security guard kind of vibe from them. Like they really want to protect you. Yeah, they're very, very protective of you. Okay. Yeah, it's like I heard they would go to war for you, which is, yeah, I'm not surprised at that, because they're like, they see how bright your light is, and they see how others can want to snuff that out, and they really I don't want to say, I was hearing that they may have a temper, not with you, but with others, because of how protective they are with you. They may even want to work with you or work around you. Maybe, yeah, okay, here we are. I'm getting like manager. I know I just said security guard, which I do feel that, but that's more of like the protectiveness. But with how interactive they are with you and what you do, it's like they work with you. It's like it's very much like a manager. Like they manage the business side of what you do, and then you're like the artist. Now, that doesn't necessarily have to be the dynamic of your relationship. It's just an example of the dynamic between the two of you, where they just like to be involved with you. They're very attentive to what you care about and your profession. This feels like whatever it is you do for a living, or even maybe it doesn't even have to be what you do for a living. Like maybe it's a hobby that you really care about. Again, I apologize if you hear any background noise. I live in the city, so there's always going to be noise. I'll try my best to block the background noise out, but I don't know. So I apologize for that. If you can hear it, but yeah, they care a lot about what you care about, and so that's why I was getting this sort of like they kind of, it's almost like they make you their job. Is you become their entire focus. Because I'm seeing something stopping for them when they meet you. With the Chariot and the Ten of Swords reversed, something stops for them. And it's not in a negative way. It's something they want. Because with the Ace of Swords here, it's a refocus. It's like, and okay, so that's the thing. They weren't getting any joy from what they were doing, but they get so much joy in what you do. it's like maybe they work for you, or I keep getting that same dynamic of like you're the star and they're like, I don't know, like like part of your team. And if it's not the case, then that's just how they are with you in their life, in your life, like in the relationship. They really care about what you do. Yeah, I keep getting that you work together, so you may work together, or maybe you will work together in the future. I mean, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Stars here, which is about work, or working at something. But I can definitely see that. I just keep getting that same thing of wanting. I'm telling you, your person's energy is tough. This is interesting because it's just so intertwined with what you do. You may have a similar goal or something, but whatever. Getting back to their love language, which I feel like I may have gotten a little off track there. Yeah, it's very much like a work for you type of vibe. So acts of service for sure is something that they do to show how much they love you. There's nothing they wouldn't do for you. There's nothing they wouldn't do. Yeah, there's a strong alliance and loyalty to you. I'm getting, and this may not be for everyone, but for a few, I'm getting that even if things didn't work out between the two of you, they would still be very, very loyal to you. In whichever way that means for your dynamic, that's how it's coming up. Whether it's, with your work or relationship or whatever, they would remain very loyal to you, and they would do right by you. If you were to separate, they're very ethical. But more than that, they care so much about you receiving what you deserve and what you're owed, that they would still want to make sure you get that, even if you weren't together. And I'm not sure why that's coming up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's not for everyone. Take it or leave it. That's your choice. You decide. But that's coming up a lot, that even if you weren't together, they would still hold you in such high regard. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I'm getting for now. That was different than what I expected, but it was really nice, and I hope that it resonated for you. I hope you got what you were looking for, what you needed, and I really, really hope to see you in the next one. Okay, bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose this cute little duck, it's so cute, then this is your reading for your soulmate's love language. And I'm really excited to see what comes through for you, because the last two were unexpected. So let's see. So we have some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we're going to do tarot a little bit later to get some extra messages or some clarifying messages, whatever wants to come through. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, so alright, first card we have athlete. Interesting. Again, I keep doing this. I keep putting it up there when I'm like, I should put it down here first. Alright, so the thread. That's interesting. That is interesting. Freedom. Ooh. the guide. And palace with wisdom. What the hell? Do I have stuff on my card? I don't know what that is. No, whatever, doesn't matter. Alright. Ooh. Okay. Yours is different, I'll tell you that much. The first two were similar. Different but similar. Yours feels completely different. So the first thing I saw, and when I turned over the thread, it made me kind of giggle a little bit because it reminded me of rope pulling. Is that what it's called? When you in gym, like in high school, in gym class, you pull yourself up the rope. That's what I kind of saw this with athlete and the thread. I don't know what the hell that means, but whatever. So, alright, so I'm going to sit with your soulmate's energy for a second to see what comes through, because it's not immediately coming to me. So, just give me a second. Okay, so your person, your soulmate, they are perseverers. And what I mean by that is that they've been through a lot in their life. And, okay, yeah, they feel like motivational speakers, in a sense. They're really big on, like, getting through the tough stuff. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm going to read the light attributes and the shadow attributes for the athlete card. So the light attribute is dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. The shadow attribute is misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability, and entitlement. Okay. Yeah. They're very big on pushing you to be like your best. Yeah, okay, that makes sense with the first image I was seeing with the pulling yourself up the rope. Yeah, they're like the gym teacher, which, for everyone that's different. I know a lot of people don't like their gym teachers. but that's kind of what they feel like. They feel like massive motivators. Like they want to push you to be your best. Yeah. They want to push you past your limits. Not in a bad way. Like in a... Like, I'm not gonna lie. It threads that line. It treads that line? Treads? Maybe I'm looking at this card too much. But let's just go with walk. It walks that line of just enough, but not too much, you know what I mean? Of pushing you. Okay. Yeah, they're not coddlers. So if you want someone who is more of like a nurturing kind of vibe, then this may not be your group, just being honest. There was another group that was more nurturing, so maybe one of those two are for you. Maybe that one is for you, I don't know. But this person, they're not they do have softness. I will say that. They do have softness, but it's like it's so important for them that you do the thing. Whatever the thing is, it's going to be different for all of you. Whatever your personal goal is, whatever it is that you are trying to succeed at. And it's interesting because your energy feels very soft. It feels very soft. and it's almost like you may have been very quiet growing up, very to yourself, very shy. I'm getting a very, very shy energy. Oh my god! Oh man! Okay, this is reminding me of this SNL short. No, it's not a short skit. Oh my god, because that's the exact, oh man, dynamic that I'm seeing for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna try to link the video because this is the perfect dynamic I'm seeing. It's the SNL skit where the girl, she's like this shy, I think she's a poet, I think she writes poetry, and then her boyfriend is like this really loud and exciting energy. And you would think that they would never go together, but it's actually really a really beautiful dynamic, and it's really sweet. They're complete opposites, and that's the exact dynamic I'm seeing for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm definitely gonna try to find that link and put it in the description, because, and I loved reading the comments on those videos with them. They've done a few of them. They're really, I think, popular, and the comments are always like how their dynamic works. So you can read the comments too, because I saw a few comments, and I can't remember now, but that really described why their dynamic went so well together. I mean, obviously, like the whole opposites attracting, but there were a few comments saying, and then I noticed it too, of just like how he was so supportive, but without pressuring too much. But he was also very, like, you would think that he's kind of like an airhead, but he's actually like really paying attention to her and what she's doing. It's in the fine details. So I would suggest watching that video and also reading the comments, because they're very insightful. That's exactly the dynamic I'm seeing, where your person really kind of gets you out of your shell. Yeah. So with this card, with the wisdom, I'm not too familiar with Palace. I don't really know, but just looking at the image and wisdom, I feel like you two are definitely opposites, and your soulmate has a lot of knowledge on I wanted to say the other side of things, but I know that may not make sense. So but it's like your person knows a lot about like the external world, and you know a lot about the internal world, and so you two offset each other. It's really beautiful, and with the guide here, that makes sense, because you both sort of teach each other a lot. Yeah. Look at all the keys here. You open so much. You unlock so many different parts of each other that would never come out had you not met each other. It's so beautiful. And even like you can even see with the birds here how like these are black and then these are white. There's this opposite thing going on, but you both do it for each other. That's what I'm saying. Like, this connection feels very balanced. It's funny because there was another group where balance came out, and I was like, it was a different kind of balance. but this one actually feels like the more traditional type of balance, where you two really are opposites, but you blend together so well. Yeah. It's really nice. And so when I said earlier that they're not coddlers, they're not going to coddle you, and they're not very soft people, but it doesn't mean like they're aggressive. I mean, like, it just means that they're very excitable. You know what I mean? They're a very high energy, and they're like, let's go. But it's like, for you, it's kind of like what you need, or what you even, what you want. And it helps you, because I feel like you probably didn't really interact with that type of energy a lot. You were maybe too shy, I don't know. And for some people that, for other shy people, that may be like too much, or maybe like highly sensitive. But for you, it works. It just works. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I'm seeing all these keys. It's like the perfect key for you, And same with them. Like, they really take in your vibe, and you kind of quiet their thoughts. You calm them. there's very much like a high energy and like a soft energy, but it's just, it works really well. Like, I really think people would look at you and think these two make a strange couple. not like they shouldn't be together, but like you would never expect them to be together. And that's what I'm seeing with your dynamic. So we're gonna go into the tarot now and see what other information we get. But this is a really cool vibe. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get that link, and I don't even know which one to get because there's a few of them. Oh, jeez. Sorry about the noise. I live in the city, so there's always gonna be noise. I do apologize. I'll try to block out as much of it as I can. So hopefully you didn't hear that, but if you did, I apologize. All right. So yeah, I feel like this is a little bit more. Sorry guys, I have like OCD and things like this really bother me. So, not like really bother me, but you know, they just nag, you know. All right, so let's get into your tarot. No, I said this in the other groups, and I'll say it again. I'm sorry about the shaky camera. I don't even know if I said this already. If I did, no, here it goes again. But I'm filming this on my bed, so it's gonna get really shaky. My desk is just I'm having to work with it, so for now I'm just gonna have to do it like this. So I apologize again. I feel like I'm just constantly apologizing, but I hope it's not too distracting. I'm trying not to move too much, which, you know, on a bed is not so easy, but whatever. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But it's not so easy, you know. I'm trying to shuffle and not shake the camera so much. Alright. So let's get into your tarot. Oh. Ooh. Okay, that one almost flew, so I was going to take that one. 6 of Cups. Okay. Let's just do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright. Well, you saw this card already. The 6 of Cups. So, that's cool. And we have the Star. The Knight of Crystals, which is the Knight of Swords in this deck. We have the 2 of Stars, which is the 2 of Pentacles. And then the Queen of Crystals, which is the Queen of Swords. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I really like this vibe. This is a cool vibe. This is like, your connection is very exciting. It has a lot of gems in it. So the first thing I thought with this, what the hell? Okay guys, again, I'm sorry if you heard that. There's a lot going on in this reading. Wow. Which actually goes with the theme, because if you didn't hear that and I was able to block that out, that was just, there was like a crash or something, not a crash like car, but like something fell or broke. And it goes with your reading, because that's kind of how I feel your connection going at first. It's like all over the place. It's just a lot of energy. But with the 6 of Cups, so on the outside I feel like you two look very, very different, but on the inside you two are the same. But it's like 2 parts of a half. But there's such a, like, the core of you are the same. It's like, but it's just the outside, right? The outside, our bodies, our shell, right? Our lives here in this world are the shells to our souls. But your souls are very, very similar. They're very much on the same frequency. They're on the same vibration, whatever you want to call it. It's just the same. Like the same blueprint. Thank you, whoever helped me out with that. You guys have the same soul blueprint, and the fact that it's so different on the outside is so beautiful, the way you two are able to just come together and meet each other in the middle. And I'm looking at the star, and the thing that's standing out to me is this side and then this side. It's like we have the grass, we have the water, right? Earth and water. And they're both getting what they need, you know? And that's what it feels like for the both of you. You both give each other what you need, even though you're like, you come from different worlds. But it's like you've both been able to take the best of those worlds and give it to each other. And so now that creates a whole new world of everything, you know? And so your person being this very high energetic type of energy is what I'm seeing here with the Knight of Swords. It's like go, 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 go. And then you, I feel like, are here with the Two of Pentacles, or Two of Stars, and you're just very like zen and like, yeah, let's balance this and balance that. But I see you both sort of facing the same direction, and it just works. Like, look at this background. So you see like the wind, you see the tree like literally blowing. Like, it takes a lot to blow a tree, you know. I mean, this is a small tree, but still. And then you see here where it's just completely still, right? It's stillness. But there's such a balance between the two of you. There's a groundedness there. And I'm looking at the Queen of Swords and how she's holding a gem on each side. And it kind of feels like that's your connection. Like, it's just, you just both hold each other so well. And you just, yeah, you balance each other out. You give each other that what the other doesn't have. I don't know how to put that in words, but it's just so interesting. I'm looking at the gems. This kind of feels like a spirit guide for your connection. Like, oh yeah, this goes well together, for sure, for sure. I feel like your connection is very protected. It's very, like, I don't know, maybe there's like a higher plan for the both of you. Like, okay, yeah, here it is. You teach others how to blend together. And you don't have to do anything. It doesn't mean that you're like taking on this sort of world project of uniting people. It's not like that. I mean, it could be if you want it to be, but the way it's coming through as is more like just you two being together and other people seeing you. It just it teaches people just from watching you how two people just from completely different backgrounds, completely different experiences can come together so well. And again, I'm getting that SNL skit, and I really want to, because even that skit, which is fiction, I'm telling you, I was reading the comments and people were like blown away by the dynamic, because it was a really beautiful thing. And I just keep seeing that with your reading, and it's really beautiful. I really, really, like, it's just so well balanced because you give to each other equally. There's just like this equal give and take. But yeah, it's supportive for sure, but it's like you teach each other. So your person's love language is just being there for you in whichever way you need them to be. And very dependable. They're very committed to you. Yeah, they do. They show up for you in big ways. Really, really big ways. But small ways too. But it's the big ways that really impress you. You're really like that really means something to you because of how hidden you were. Them showing up for you in these big ways shows you that you're here, you know, like you have a place in this world. You don't have to like be like hiding in a corner, or or be a wallflower. Like you fit in to this own like your own little world that you both create, but also out in the world there's a place for you there. And they really make you feel that. They make you feel like you have a presence, and that means the world to you, because I think that's something not only did you not have before, but I think you never thought you could have that. You just kind of just accepted that maybe that just wasn't who you were. And I think you may have even been okay with that a little bit. Like you may have just been like, hey, that's my life, that's me, and whatever. But they kind of come in like this whirlwind and they're like, nah, you gotta be seen, because you got something here. And it gives you such a good feeling, because I can see you kind of just feeling really happy and really good about yourself. And it's nothing that you have to change. There's never, like, neither one of you is trying to change the other. That's the thing. One of the most beautiful things about your connection is that there's this sort of radical acceptance of who you both are, in who you are, in what you do, and how you live. There's no like, do this my way. No, do this my way. There's just oh, okay, you do that way. All right, I do it this way. Like, there's room for both of us. You know what I mean? And that's not something you see a lot. And it just works. And that's what I mean by you teach other people how to come in the middle, how to come together and accept that, hey, there are people who are different than you, but it doesn't mean that you can't work together or get along, And it's just, yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. Like, you're teaching, and that's what I'm looking at this rainbow here, and it's like all these clouds, right? That's what I mean. You're something different. People don't see couples like you very often, and when they do, it really gives them something. It makes them feel something. It's like, oh wow, it's like a unicorn. You guys have like a unicorn relationship. And it's like, whoa, that's interesting, that's different. But hey, that's cool. You change people's perspectives. Yeah, it's a really, really beautiful vibe. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna link that video for you guys. I don't know which one. I don't know, maybe the first one, and then you guys can see the others if you want. But it's a really beautiful vibe, and it's really exciting. You should see me. I have this big goofy smile on my face, like like I'm such a weirdo. But no, it's like this. I have this big goofy smile, and it's really sweet, because your energy, your connection, your relationship, it's just such a beautiful thing. And I'm really excited for you guys, and I hope that this resonated for you. I hope that it gave you something. I hope it gave you what you were looking for. And I really, really hope to see you in the next one. So, bye guys.